Cue the music.
Love conquers all.
Back just in time to see grand finals of Gold Bracket begin. We've got Void, a returning champion, versus Hiku. A player I have not seen before personally, but has been making very strong plays this tournament. Void is a very strong player. Voice crack. Void is a very strong player, but seeing how Hiku is playing here, they definitely stand a chance. Void is currently taking advantage of Hiku's weakness of building a bit more flat, being more vulnerable to harassments. Having a nice setup here to still get their chain. Void with a strong 9 chain here. Oh, Hiku's tail not connecting with the GTR. Unfortunate to see happen, but Void does take the first round here. Void with a interesting sandwich into sideways sandwich. I have used this form myself, but more commonly seen in GTR. Void going with some strong attacks, quick pokes. Thorns, in fact, they're officially called. Hiku succumbs to all this pressure. Void just not letting down. Just pulling tons of strong attacks here. I mean, I have to take a little breath here. This is hard. Back to it. So Void playing some kind of like sandwich here. Doing a triple 2 chain. Hiku does catch it though and ends up setting off not quite their full chain, but a big stack on top of them. Takes a round off Void. You know, Footlong is definitely a great name for sideways sandwich, and I will now be using that from now on. Void with the Footlong. Hiku also with the even longer Footlong, being 3 Puyos instead of 2. Wow, Void. I didn't see that as an extension. I thought that was a harassment. Void just continuing to build off and off of their chain here, and unfortunately not getting the colors they need. Unable to set off their possibly unnecessary chain. I don't know if they needed to go that far, but I commend the effort. Void with a Footlong, Hiku also with a Footlong, in the same spot with the same colors too. Actually, both these players' boards are super similar. Both set off a power chain involving. I mean, just take a look at how their GTR is set up. Oh man, but Void just has these consistent barrages. Just gives Hiku no room to dig at all. Another Footlong from Void. From Hiku as well. Hiku getting the transition before Void does. That garbage does... No, it's not quite as bad. Ooh, that 2 chain is definitely going to be a lot more powerful than just a 1. Void with options though. Ooh. Rough for Void there. Hiku gets a strong chain there. Strong little harassment. Takes out Void. We're off to a tie here. Void showed some strong early attacks here, but Hiku seems to have gotten a little used to it. What a little attack here. Hiku with a 2 chain. Void over here with a 3. Hiku not ready. Void is gonna show again. There are constant barrages here. Takes another victory here with his attacks. Void just definitely goes for one attack. If the attack lands and blocks out the chain, Void continues setting off all of their chains in just these like, just a really nice like broken up way that just doesn't let you get any room to do like anything. Ooh, Hiku in a rough spot with their GTR. Ooh, did not notice just how much garbage is up there. Void taking another lead here. Here we have an all clear start. Neither player. Okay. Neither player's. You know, something I've noticed. Even though I see counter setups happen every single time in pretty much any other Puyo gameplay. Just these Carbuncle's corners here. I mean, no one goes for all clear counter setups. I can only wonder why. I go for them as much as I can personally. Is there something weak to them that I'm missing? Or are they just difficult and people don't bother with them? Oh, Hiku! Looking like they made a mistake there. Void is going to be able to offset that, and with a follow-up here. Instead of immediately setting off their chain, Void notices Hiku is doing fine here with their chain. Chooses to extend, but the chain cuts in so many places. Void's tail no longer works. Hiku out-chains there. Well played on Hiku, despite having all that garbage on there, was still able to pull out their transition and extend it out. Hiku's still going for this GTR, while Void going for L shape. Void making a lot of thinking here. Making a lot of thinking. Void doing a lot of thinking right now. Void definitely had a lot of harassment options here, but he's getting punished for it right now with how Hiku just set off their chain. Probably noticed Void just didn't have much large chain ready, and the 13 chain takes out Void. Void just being in such a rough spot, being unable to extend that. The only choice was to extend something that they just really couldn't. Hiku almost looking like they're going AFK there for a second. Lots of thinking on that choice. Notices Hiku's chain cuts. It's a 9 chain. Hiku barely gets their chain back up and running again though. Suddenly the tail is really strong. Which it is, in fact, almost an all-clear. Hiku brings it back to another tie. This match being very close. Void definitely toning it down on these harassments lately. I mean, either that or Hiku is just ready for them. Hiku might be more sensitive to their chain being setting off their full chain to counter these harassments. Hiku going for an attack themselves. Definitely makes it a little harder for Void to access any options. So if you're trading two chains here, Void goes for a quick little harassment there while my screen goes dark. Oh, Void going for these attacks again and takes out Hiku just one by one in these little chain bursts. We got a dual GTR here. Void setting up a flat tail. Meanwhile, Hiku... Despite getting attacked almost, Hiku is still able to get their chain up. Strong tail here too, but not quite able to get those blues to connect. Oh wow! Stacking those reds and yellows on top of each other, Void was able to make their GTR work. And barely out chains. Hiku unable to make a response here. Void taking another little lead here, but we've seen Hiku. Hiku has brought this match to a tie twice now. So we know Hiku still has a fighting chance. Hiku going for an aggressive attack here, but Void not quite building too flat. Oh, that attack there, even though that was just a one chain, that actually completely blocked Void's plan. He was able to finish off with an extra power 2. Definitely more of an off GTR setup here from Void. You know, Hiku going for some other chain form. Ooh, Hiku sees their chance to set off their... not quite their full chain, actually. Despite that not being a full chain, still 7. Void sees that cut, though. Is able to set off their chain of their own. Hiku running out of time here, but is able to set off. Oh, unfortunately, those yellows cutting off, not allowing their tail to work. Void bringing it to match point in grand finals here. Hiku being ever so close to winning that last match. They're definitely... oh, they're just so close, but man, Void just makes these interesting plays that just work out. I'm running out of words to say. Not gonna lie, I'm struggling to keep my O's open right now. Void going for a 3-chain attack here. Hiku looking like they have some kind of counter setup here, but Void gives them no time of day to dig and takes the set. Very highly skilled match. I mean, both players building very high chains, attacking really well, keeping their chains orderly while attacking, and doing really nice follow-ups. Very well played. Yeah, good games. Oh wow. That was a lot.